Happy Advent. First Sunday in the season of Advent. Ordinary time is over. Start our new cycle, Cycle C, which is going to feature heavily on the Gospel of Luke. Can't wait to get into that Gospel. But let's just start with just the fact that it's December 1st, okay? Thanksgiving is over. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. But now the commercialism begins, right? So we're going to be bombarded with Christmas commercials. Everything's decorated. For a lot of people, this is an exciting time of year. They love Christmas. They love all those cheesy Hallmark Christmas movies that come on. All those types of things. Apologies to anyone that enjoys those movies. I know my mom does. Actually, she doesn't, but anyways, I won't get into that. But it's also can be a very hectic and stressful time of year as well. Okay. For us, it's dealing with family, which again, for some, it's a great positive experience. And for others, maybe you have issues with a family member, sister, brother, cousin, not getting along. It can be very, very stressful, not to mention all the parties that we have to attend to, celebrations, and so forth. It can be, by the time Christmas comes, we're just thankful it came, just so that this whole thing can be over. Okay, so let's talk about that in context to what the church gives us in the season of Advent. Okay, so in the season of Advent, there are going to be three dimensions to it. Okay, so the word Advent means arrival. So arrival of who? Obviously the arrival of God. Okay, and there's going to be three dimensions to this arrival. The first dimension is going to be looking back at God's first arrival with our famous Christmas stories. Okay, God becomes man. And we do that because I want to encourage you to always remember in your lives, your current life right now that you're living, especially if you feel, again, in this period of desolation and, it's Christmas season and you're not happy, because of everything that's going on in your life. To look back, just like we look back at the infancy narratives and everything that leads up to the arrival of God, to look back at the times that God has blessed you in your life. Very important concept. Whenever you're in despair, desolation, look back to see how God has delivered you from past experiences before. Okay, very, very important. This is what Advent does for us. It makes us look back at God's first arrival, but it also makes us look forward. Okay, the second dimension of Advent. Look forward to Christ's arrival again in glory, where he will bring all things to fulfillment, where he will bring an end to sin and death. Okay, we look forward to that too. So again, maybe for us, it's to really incorporate Advent in our daily lives when you're feeling desolate or anxious, to wait patiently for God's deliverance. Okay, so we're looking back to see how God has blessed us, and we're waiting patiently for God's future blessings. Okay, so again, if you're being robbed of the joy because of the heavily secular, commercial Christmas stuff, look back, look forward, but also the third dimension, God's arrival in your life right now. Okay, especially, most importantly, in the sacraments, okay, in the Eucharist and in the confession in particular. Those are two things that I want to encourage you to maybe increase during this season of Advent. If it's been a long time since you've been to confession, go to confession, okay? Get yourself ready, okay, ready for Christmas. But it will also help if you voice it, if you verbalize it, those things that are getting to you right now. If it's a family member, to verbalize it, to audibly say it out loud. I'm struggling with my sister, I'm not getting along with my father-in-law, mother-in-law. To say that in confession can be a very therapeutic experience. And then to say why that's bothering you, you know. If you're being stressed out at work, put that into an audible language. Okay. Same with the mass to know that God, he's present right now. The kingdom has already begun. And he's here to guide you, deliver you, and to help you through whatever it is that's troubling you right here at this moment. Okay. So I know at St. Catherine's we're adding a mass on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 6:30. I want to encourage you to go to that. Especially if the 7:15 in the morning is too early or you just can't do it because of work. Maybe you can do it. Come after work. It's only going to be for 3 weeks. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If it's too much, then maybe just pick one of the days of the week. Every Wednesday, I'm gonna whatever it is. But as we get ready, like this is supposed to be a penitential season, but a season of hope and expectation. And it's a shame that in the country that we live, the life that we live, the culture that we live, often this is a time where a lot of people don't have hope. They're just the daily anxieties of life are very overwhelming, and it shouldn't have to be. Okay, so those 3 dimensions of Advent, incorporate them to look back on the blessings God has given you, to wait patiently for God's future actions in your life, but always be reminded right now that even in the struggles, God is with you. God has arrived. He's arrived in the sacraments. He's arrived also in the spirit that you receive. So never lose sight of that. And hopefully when you get to Christmas, all this preparation that you did and all this work with the help of God's grace that you did, and looking back and forward and looking at God's presence right now can really hopefully give you a lot of joy and hope and love when we celebrate Christmas. May God bless you.